Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janae if you're new, and welcome to a new video. I make content all about wellness centered around my own VSG weight loss journey, fitness and nutrition, and if any of that interests you, then I hope you subscribe. So today's video is actually a subby request. She is getting her weight loss surgery and wanted to know about the Puree diet. So let's get right into it. So all of the information I'm gonna give to you is specific to me and my weight loss surgery clinic from my surgeon and my registered dietitian. So this was the breakdown of the stages. I had to do a 2-week pre-liquid diet, a 2-week post-liquid diet, 2 weeks of the puree stage, 2 weeks of the soft food stage, and then I was good to move into solid foods. So the puree diet for me was pureed slash mashed up slash smashed up. It was pretty much the consistency of baby food. So whether I did that on my own, I blended it, or I chewed it really well, that was the stage that I was in. So if you haven't already watched my pre-surgery and post-surgery liquid diet video, I'll go ahead and link it in the cards above. So the macro and the calorie breakdown was the same as the liquid diet breakdown. I had to get at least 60 grams of protein, stay at 20 grams of carbs, and leave my sugar and fat at 5 each. So if you do the math on that, the calories are super low still. I also had to make sure I was hitting 64 ounces of fluid. And at this point in time, I was still on the chewable supplements. So I'm not even going to lie, as excited as I was for the puree stage, it was a difficult stage to get into because I wasn't really sure what to eat. I know there's like a lot of recipes on TikTok and on Instagram and YouTube of stuff to eat during the puree diet, but I wanted to make sure that I stayed in the limits of the calories and the macros that my people gave to me. I also really wanted to prioritize protein because at this time I was heading back into work. I worked in an emergency room. It was extremely fast paced, never really got a break. So I needed to make sure my body had the fuel that it needed. So though I didn't have to do the liquid stage anymore, I was still pretty much drinking a lot of liquids. Still making sure I had my protein shakes. They told me that I can do Greek yogurt, which I was able to do, but Greek yogurt for me upset my stomach after my weight loss surgery. It was something about the thickness of Greek yogurt. It was so heavy on my stomach. But I was able to do drinkable yogurt. So this is what I ended up drinking during those 2 weeks and beyond until I was able to actually eat Greek yogurt. This one right here is from the brand Too Good. This is actually my favorite yogurt. They have the drinkable and they have the, the cup. So I was able to get this down. There's the macros and the calories for you, and I was able to get this down just fine. And my calcium in was extremely important. It's something that they stressed to us. Not only did we have to take a calcium supplement, but we also had to make sure that we was getting 2 servings of calcium in, which again was hard for me because I don't drink regular milk. I stayed away from cheese because I was already suffering through irregular bowel movements, and cheese was just going to back me up even more. So I stayed away from cheese. So really all that was left for me was yogurt and cottage cheese. Another yogurt type thing that I did was kefir. This kefir right here, it is unsweetened, plain, and low fat, and it's good for prebiotics. So I really definitely did this just to help my gut get those good enzymes back in the little bit of gut and stomach that I had. So this definitely helped. And here are the macros on the kefir. And then I relied on cottage cheese, which was again a little hard for me because I don't like cottage cheese, especially if it's cold, but I am able to eat it if it's warm. So this is the brand of cottage cheese that I like right here. Here are the macros on it, but this cottage cheese right here is super good, super easy to warm up too. So I will mix it together with some egg whites or like my spinach, something like that. Now, because I was still pretty much drinking a lot of fluids, I only ended up having like 1 meal per day. And this meal, I would end up splitting into 2. So 2 meals per day. I'm gonna insert what I eat in a day from the puree stage. I know I did a video on my TikTok, which if you're not following me on TikTok, go ahead and follow me because I post things in the moment over there, and this video is from back then. So I'm gonna pop that video in just so that you can see what my day looked like on the puree stage. So I started my day off with my vitamins, of course, and then I had a smoothie before the gym and then a protein shake after the gym. I'm so over protein shakes, but here we go. More vitamins, and then I had my first actual meal. This is the oil that I used in that bottle. I had some berries, avocado, salmon, and egg whites with cottage cheese. This is how I weigh my stuff for easy win. This is everything that I cooked, and I only ate about half of it. More vitamins, and then I had the other half with some broccoli, and then again more vitamins. So as you can see, even though I was in the pureed, mashed up, blended stage, I ate a lot more chunkier, and I did that because again, I didn't know what to eat and I wanted to increase my protein. So the ways that I did that was eating egg whites, eating like the salmon packs, eating the little tuna packs, like that helped me through. And all I did was chew my food. I chewed my food really well. I was taking the bites very slowly and I would just chew like 20 to 30 times a bite. So during this puree stage, I also did a lot of soup. I did a lot of protein soup. Soup that was lower in fat. Sugar really wasn't an issue with the soups that I picked out, but I made sure to thicken it up with a little bit of collagen or a little bit of unflavored protein powder. Another thing that I ate, which I saw in the video, was my fruits and my vegetables. At this point in time, I wanted to make sure that I started incorporating fruits and vegetables back into my diet because of the fiber, because of the issues that I was having with my bowel movements, which I did a video on bowel movements. I'll go ahead and link it in the cards above. So I personally lean towards fruit that was lower in sugar, lower in carbs. Berries are really good for that, plus the fiber. So I mostly ate blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. As far as my vegetables, I could not get raw vegetables down without it hurting my stomach, just like the Greek yogurt. And to this day, I still have a bit of an issue with getting raw vegetables in. And the two vegetables that I mostly gravitated towards was spinach and broccoli. So during that time, I would either steam up some broccoli or saute up some vegetables, some onions with it, a little bit of garlic, and that is what I was eating just to get it down. I still would prioritize eating my protein first and then eating the carbs and stuff like that. As much as I hated the liquid diet, the pureed stage, that 2 weeks honestly was the hardest time for me just because I really didn't explore all of the options. So if you're watching this, definitely explore the different options, the different recipes that are out there, or you're gonna end up being like me. I'm a creature of habit anyway, so it wasn't a big deal for me. I was pretty much eating the same thing every day for those 2 weeks. I might have switched up the flavor of the Greek yogurt, switched up the flavor of the protein shake, went between salmon and tuna, but for the most part, I was eating the same thing every day for those 2 weeks. So that is it, you guys. Short, sweet video on the puree stage and my experience with it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already and hit that bell icon. That way you're notified every single time I post a new video. Make sure you're following me on my Instagram and my TikTok. This is where you'll get the content in the moment, and you're also able to connect with me on a day-to-day basis. If you have any other questions on the different food stages or any other weight loss surgery content that you want to see from me, any topics you want me to touch on, let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.